Get ready for your daily dose of marketing strategies and tactics to get more people playing your indie game. You are listening to the Indie Game Marketing School with your instructors, Daniel Doan and Tony Chan.
On this episode, we're going to talk about the best strategies for studying your competitors. Now, how do you do it, Daniel? What do you take away from other competitors?
All right. So, one of the best ways to get ahead in the game industry is to study the heck out of your competitors. Personally, I do a lot of things. So, this can involve something like super simple, such as Googling my competitors' games, or it can be kind of, more detailed as, trying to figure out which websites are actually backlinking to my competitors and trying to figure out how my competitor gets those backlinks. So like trying to study which YouTubers covered my competitors' games, which journalists cover them, and just like learning how that really happens from like a PR perspective is super important. And also like gameplay wise, it's super important to try to figure out what you can do that's better than your competition. And so, personally, you should study your competitors' websites, landing pages, social media accounts, and try to figure out, hey, how can I do it better than them so that my game is, presented like in a much better light. And so like a lot of game developers, they make the mistake of not really caring too much about other games. They're in their own little universe. But personally, I think that trying to study the competition is probably one of the most important things you can actually do.
And so they get afraid of like cloning or being labeled as a clone. Like, what do you want to tell those people when they're like trying to copy other indie devs' marketing strategy?
So, I feel like it's all about learning from things that have worked in the past and, trying to put your own spin on them, trying to make it better, trying to basically, put your fingerprint on something that, kind of like already works. It's kind of like if you wanted to make a first person shooter, you don't, be like, oh, well, Doom's already a first person shooter. There's like, Call of Duty, there's Halo. I don't want to clone them. So I'm not going to make a first person shooter. Like that kind of thinking is just kind of bad. And so like, it's all about just not reinventing the wheel and finding something that has market appeal already and just building on that with your own, creativity. So like, for example, when I made Sanctuary RPG, like I was basically just trying to make like my own version of Diablo in a text-based format. So, it's just, and like the end result was, quite different from Diablo. But I literally spent, like a lot of time just being inspired by the Diablo games. So, like I don't think there's such thing as like a clone unless you're purposely trying to clone every single detail, like down to the super specifics. I feel like game development is all about just learning from other people, not reinventing the wheel, and tapping into an audience that's already there to get your game noticed.
Yeah, and keep in mind, like Doom, Call of Duty, and Halo, they're a huge franchise, and so if you're copying what they do, it could work for you as long as you put your own kind of print to it. Like Daniel said, then it would stand out on its own. So yeah, and that's it for today's episode on the best strategies for studying your competitors. Go out there, learn from them, and model after the best. I'm Tony Chan from Game Dev Loadout,
and I'm Daniel Doan from Black Shell Media.
This session of Indie Game Marketing School has come to a close. Be sure to subscribe for daily marketing strategies to help you find the fan base your game deserves. Don't forget to rate and review the show so we can bring you more valuable content. Until then, keep pushing forward. We'll see you on the next episode.